0.02 Circumferences and Areas of Circles Part 1, where we will determine the area of a circle using a formula. We will also be determining the circumference of a circle, defining the term circle, explaining how to derive the formula for the area of a circle, and the formula for the circumference of a circle. When you think of the perimeter of a circle, you probably think of the diameter around the figure. The perimeter of a polygon is defined as the sum of the lengths of its side or segments. A circle does not contain segments, so it's not a polygon. The perimeter of a circle is called the circumference of a circle. The circumference of a circle is related to its diameter. Notice as I slide this circle over, if I can get it to do it again. Nope. If I slide this circle over, it will unroll the circumference of the circle. The circumference is called c as our variable. The circumference of any circle divided by its diameter, known as lowercase d, always equals pi. Pi is a Greek letter that means around, and it never repeats itself. It goes on and on. Some of you may have memorized the digits of pi, or at least the first 15 digits of pi in elementary school. The most common approximation, and the one we will use a lot in geometry for pi, is 3.14. So you will see it as use 3.14 as pi, or use your calculator's button for pi, and then you will just go ahead and plug in pi. So here we're representing a circle with a red. With the red, we're representing the diameter as the green. There's one more thing I want to show you about a circle before we get started. The line from the center of the circle to the outside edge is called the radius. The radius is always half of the diameter because it goes from the center of the circle to the outside edge. A circle has infinite radii, that's the radius going all the way around, and they're always congruent. Given the circumference c and diameter d, derive the formula for the circumference of a circle in terms of radius. State the relationship between the circumference and the diameter. So pi is the circumference divided by the diameter, which would tell us that pi equals CD. And then I can move this over by multiplying d by both sides, and I would get pi d equals c. Or a lot of times you're going to hear it say circumference equals pi d. Now relate the diameter to the radius. Well, the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. Remember that the diameter, half of it is equal to the radius. Therefore, if I have 2 radii, then I have the diameter. So diameter equals 2 radii. Substitute c in there, and you've got c equals pi d, or c equals pi times 2 times radius. We could write the formula just like this in our calculator. You can use a formula to determine the circumference of a circle using c equals pi d when the diameter is given. Notice here the diameter is 5, so I've substituted the value, and I've simplified it to say that c equals pi d. This is our exact answer when asking for the circumference of a circle in the exact answer, or in terms of pi. If we were using the radius, we could say c equals 2 pi r. When given the radius, we would say 2 times 3.14 times 5, if, in this case, 5 was the radius instead of the diameter. Notice here we used 3.14 for pi, and we got an approximate answer. These squiggly lines are the approximate answer for the circumference. Here we're going to find the circumference of a circle with a diameter of 5 units. Notice it says to use 3.14 for pi. So we're going to use the formula C equals pi d. Then we're going to plug in 3.14 for pi, as it told us to do, and plug in 5 for the diameter. Now we're going to multiply, and we get that the circumference of this circle is approximately 15.7 units. Here we're going to find the exact value of the circumference of the circle. They've given us the radius, 6.5. So we're going to use the formula that we use when radius is there for us. This is circumference, or C, equals 2 pi r radius. So we're going to go ahead and multiply 2 times pi times 6.5. We're going to keep pi right where it's at. Look what happens. So 2 times 6.5 is 13, and we're going to use pi in our exact answer. That's why you'll see exact value or in terms of pi exchanged for the same thing. Circumference equals 13 pi means that 13 is the diameter, and this is the exact value, 13 pi. If you have any questions about this lesson, please send me an email or a text.